As an ancient sage once said, the world is only a reflection of the mind. This phrase leads us to the story of Kaito, a young monk who lived in an isolated temple nestled deep in the mountains of Japan. Known for his discipline and devotion, Kaito had recently found himself increasingly disheartened by the constant criticism and whispers among the other monks. It felt as though he was walking on a thin layer of ice, always afraid it would crack beneath the weight of harsh words. One morning, while strolling through the temple gardens under a pale sun, Kaito came across his master sitting quietly beneath an ancient tree, its leaves rustling like they carried secrets from centuries past. The master looked into Kaito's eyes and immediately saw the turmoil. "Master," Kaito said, his voice unsteady, "I don't think I can take this any longer. It feels like everyone here is against me. I feel alone, even surrounded by people." The master nodded gently, eyes calm and warm. "I understand your pain," he replied softly, "but perhaps it's time you learn to see beyond the shadows around you. I want you to do something very simple. Carry this spoon, filled with water, across the entire garden, without spilling a single drop." Kaito frowned. "That? How could that possibly help?" The master smiled. "Focus only on that task. Leave everything else behind." Kaito accepted the challenge with reluctance. But soon, something shifted. He began walking carefully, holding the spoon steady as he moved across the garden, the dry leaves beneath his feet crunching softly, almost as if nature itself was holding its breath. As he walked along the temple's outer corridor, the stone statues of Buddha seemed to watch in silence. Their serene expressions stood in contrast to the turbulence within him. And then, something strange happened. With his full attention locked onto the spoon, Kaito began to notice the smallest of details. The dewdrops sparkling like tiny diamonds on the leaves, the gentle songs of distant birds, the way the shadows from the trees danced with the morning light. But just as he neared the end of the path, a sudden gust of wind swept through the garden. He stumbled. The spoon trembled. For a split second, it seemed everything would spill. Yet something inside him woke up in that moment. He took a deep breath, recentered his focus, and without a single drop falling, completed the journey. When he returned, the master looked at him with quiet joy. "And? What did you notice on your way?" Kaito paused, thinking deeply. "I heard nothing but the water swaying gently in the spoon. Everything else faded away. For the first time in a long while, I felt free." The master's smile deepened. "Ah, then you've begun to understand. When your mind is truly focused on what matters within, the noise of the outside world becomes powerless. That is true freedom." He leaned forward, speaking with the gravity of someone who had seen many storms. "Remember this, Kaito. Peace does not come from the absence of storms, but from the ability to remain calm within them. The wind may shake the branches, but if your roots are deep, you will not fall." From that day on, Kaito carried this wisdom into his daily life. Whenever he faced gossip or hardship, he would return to that moment. Rather than being consumed by the voices of others, he would anchor himself in the present and find peace in the simple act of being fully there. The core themes of this story, inner search, inner peace, and present moment focus, are deeply universal. In a world overflowing with noise and outside opinions, how often do we feel lost or overwhelmed? Like Kaito, we sometimes let the voices around us shape how we see ourselves. But the metaphor of the spoon filled with water is powerful. It reminds us that when we focus on what truly matters within us, in the here and now, we gain the strength to rise above distraction and confusion. Now, imagine yourself walking with your own spoon full of water. What do you wish to keep intact, no matter the chaos around you? What are your deepest intentions in this life? Maybe it's the desire to remain calm in the face of turbulence. Maybe it's the longing to reconnect with yourself beneath all the noise. When we turn our attention inward, something begins to shift. We remember what truly matters. We begin to hear our own voice again. And this inner journey is essential, especially in a world that constantly tries to pull us away from it. Practices like mindfulness and meditation aren't just techniques. They are ways of remembering who we are beneath the surface. This channel grows not only through stories and reflections, but through the actions of each one of you. When you subscribe, when you leave a like, the channel becomes stronger, and the message that helped you can reach many others who need it too. Make a difference now. Check out the pinned comment for more resources that can transform your life. We have a free mini ebook on how to apply ancient practices of silence and clarity in daily life, designed for those who wish to cultivate this wisdom in real-life moments. When we focus on the present moment, we're not just improving concentration, we're protecting our inner strength, our peace, our clarity. So now, I invite you to reflect. What are the inner or outer obstacles keeping you from that peace? How can you begin applying these ancient lessons in your daily life so you can feel more grounded, more centered, more connected to yourself